Good morning. Got the Halloween-y stuff going a little bit today. And finally have my new mug. Yay. I have the one that actually is printed correctly. Yeah, Halloween. We're doing a bonfire tonight with some friends, so I'm really looking forward to that. We haven't been able to do that in 2 years. I think it's been about 2 years.
Yeah, just about, yeah.
So, but it's nice and chilly out. It was 34 degrees yesterday morning. It is officially right now 47. So we're getting there. I think we're going to start having much cooler weather. I think there's a cold front coming in, right? Something like that. So, but now we have matching mugs.
We're forecast for the next 3 days.
Yeah, so we have matching mugs now. Mine's blue, his is black. So I'm feeling this coffee this morning. And we're doing Seattle's Best Breakfast Blend, which I think is probably my favorite so far.
Yeah.
So, but new stickers came in. I'm very happy. So if you guys want any, tag me and I'll get with you on getting one. And I've got stickers and I've got magnets. And the magnets are the reminder of when the podcast is. And so we have our regular stickers, which is our logo, a little coffee with Panda, and it's our little Julius style Panda. And then these are the same. The logo is a little bit smaller, but it's got the actual, let me do my camera here. It's got the actual link and the time on it. So that's our reminder magnet. So it has Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, youtube.com/Renmeleon on it. These are from Sticker Mule, who I get most of my stickers from. They always do a really, really good job. So we have these. Yay! And while I have my focus in there, new clear stickers came in. I have a bunch of people that have been going crazy for not only the clear, but the fact that there's a succulent in it. So plants winning out again. So I think I need to do some more plant stuff. Because I know all of us have turned into, plant lady is the new cat lady. So, and that's all the memes are plant based on everything now. So, so books, since I mentioned it, we're doing the bonfire tonight. And so we're doing hot dogs and s'mores. It's going to be exciting. But just being able to chill other than our house is always good. I've got 4 books to share with you guys, and I'll have the links for those down below. But I'm actually reading 3 of them. I read this series every year and around this time because witches. So, and I don't read romance other than these series. But Nora Roberts' Dance Upon the Air is the first of the 3 Sisters Island trilogy. And I've read this so many times that I had to get myself a new paperback copy because I had dog-eared it and the spine was falling apart. But one of the characters has a bookstore cafe that I really, really want. And now I have my daughter hooked on these. So that's one. The other is, if you've seen 13th Warrior, the movie, you really, really, really need to read the book. This is Eaters of the Dead by Michael Crichton. Very Viking saga kind of stuff. It says the year is 8922, a refined Arab courtier representative of the powerful Caliph of Baghdad encounters a party of Viking warriors who are journeying to the barbaric north. He is appalled by their Viking customs and wanton sexuality of their pale, angular women, their disregard for cleanliness, and their cold-blooded human sacrifices. But it is not until they reach the depths of the Northland that the courtier learns the horrifying and inescapable truth. He has been enlisted by these savage, inscrutable warriors to help combat a terror that plagues them, a monstrosity that emerges under cover of night to slaughter the Vikings and devour their flesh. So, perfect, like, spooky read. And Michael Crichton is just brilliant. Michael Crichton, of course, did Jurassic Park, Lost World. Both books are really good. Congo, Sphere, Andromeda Strain. Congo, I actually read the entire book from a flight from Orlando to LA when I went to Hawaii the one time. Could not put it down. Was going to sleep on the flight. Didn't happen. But Crichton, always a good read. And then one of my new favorite series is The Invisible Library. And it's Genevieve Cogman. There are 3, I'm trying to remember, 5 books in the series? 5.
Wow.
4. Invisible Library, Mass City, Burning Page, and Lost Plot.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. But it's one thing any librarian will tell you: the truth is much stranger than fiction. Irene is a professional spy for the Mysterious Library, a shadowy organization that collects important works of fiction from all the different realities. Most recently, she and her enigmatic assistant, Kai, have been sent to an alternative London. Their mission: retrieve a particularly dangerous book. The problem: by the time they arrive, the book's already been stolen. London's underground factions are prepared to fight to the death to find the tome before Irene and Kai do, a problem compounded by the fact that this world is chaos infested, laws of nature bent to allow supernatural creatures and unpredictable magic to run rampant. To make matters worse, Kai is hiding something, secrets that could just be as volatile as the chaos-filled world itself.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Now Irene is caught in a puzzling web of deadly danger, conflicting clues, and sinister secret societies. Say that 10 times fast. And failure is not an option because it isn't just Irene's reputation at stake, it's the nature of reality itself. Dun, dun, dun. So this is a really good series. The other one that I have not started reading yet is The Great Library, and it's an alternate history to what if the library at Alexandria had survived. That one is by it's a 5-book series by Rachel Kane. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. It formed alliances with other storehouses of knowledge around the world and emerged as the greatest power ever built. So, like, the library is like the superpower.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, darn. There's always some inherent evil with that kind of a thing. But I see, Invisible Library series. There's 7 books.
My goodness.
Released in January 2015. The book was the first in an eponymous series. Book is, so the last one, The Dark Archive, came out in 2020. So it actually, I don't know if it's still going. But noise. So there are 7 of these. And then I have to do a shout out to my favorite author. One of my favorite authors. So if you guys have been reading Craft Paper Muse online, I got to sit down for an hour and video chat with my favorite human being as far as the favorite muse, I should say, Nick Bantog, who is up in Nova Scotia. Amazing, amazing, amazing human being. And so I started his books, his Griffin and Sabine series, which is totally enthralled me because it's interactive to the point where it's a correspondence, and on the one page you have the front of the postcard. You flip it over, you can read the back of the postcard. Front of the envelope, flip it over, there's an actual envelope glued into the book that you can open and pull a letter out. So it gets this whole voyeuristic thing involved and sucks you into it completely. All of his visuals, everything is from scratch down to the postage stamp. And I actually found him when I started doing paper art and got into mail art and creating artist stamps, which are faux postage. So one of his books, Museum at Purgatory, had a set of a set of stamps glued into the back, and there was like a glassine envelope, and you can pull the stamp set out. Totally hooked me. And then I found his other books, and I think out of all of them, this is probably my favorite. And I'm actually going to read you guys the prologue for it. This is The Venetian's Wife by Nick Bantog. And if nothing else caught me, the little section here in the front grabbed me. The year is 1469. Niccolo de Conti stands atop the steep hill that overlooks his villa on the outskirts of Venice. He clenches his fists, raises his arms to the heavens, and bellows with anger and frustration at the storm raging around him. He demands that the lightning strike him down and rid him of his old age and loneliness. The storm is unobliging. Soaked to the skin and exhausted, he returns to his lifeless villa and enters via the kitchen, leaving behind him the open door. He sits at the worn table and stares out at the night, ignoring the thunderclaps, blinking only when the flashes of brilliant white light fill the doorframe. He's considering the solitude of his wifeless bed when a visitor arrives. She moves like Mercury, circling the room, touching with golden fingers the pots, pans, candle holders, and all things metal. She discovers the knife that Niccolo de Conti's hand rests on, and because his feet are firmly planted on the floor, she burns out his heart. Niccolo de Conti has his wish. Lightning has separated his spirit from his tired body, but his journey is not over. He has been a traveler all his life, and he still has far to go. So, yeah. But it involves auctions and travel, and there's, little hints and Easter eggs and puzzles and different things. If you've read his other work in here, and I remember Issa's dad and I, Logan, had gone to, we went somewhere, I forget. I think we were going to check out someplace elsewhere in Florida or in North Carolina, but it was a long enough trip that I actually read this to him in the car right there. And even had him hooked, but it's a brilliant piece of work. So if you only read one, hey, thank you. I love my hat. Good morning. How are you? Tabitha.
Good morning.
He's still nursing his neck this morning. So, but yeah, if you only read one Nick Bantog book, this is the one to go for. I really love this one. It has kind of some remnants of Griffin and Sabine in it, but I can't read as it's a correspondence, but I can't really go into it any further than that because it'll give it away. But cool stuff. I'm trying to think what else has been going on. I finished up and I'm looking at getting the mock-up for Griffin and Sabine is awesome. Tabitha says that I'm well. Oh no, poor Val. Yeah, he's doing a little better. He's got another chiropractor appointment tomorrow, but he can at least like breathe.
I'm just sore. It's fine. Yeah.
Do we have our matching mugs finally? So what have you been working on?
I haven't been working on anything. I can't. I'm like,
what have you been doing? What have you been?
I have had 2 classes to teach all week, so I've had like a big gap in between. So it's just I've been wanting to read, I've been wanting to write, and it's just no. Every other day I'm sore, like to the point of I'm going to take a nap, not take a nap. Just lay down for like half an hour to take the weight off of my head and
your noggin, holding your noggin aloft.
And it's
we got Nano coming up. I know you're not doing Nano, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
No.
You're
not really planned. No.
No. The creator is always working, even when it may not seem so. Yes. She says, bless him.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
How's your shoulder? Because I know you were starting to have problems with your shoulder. Are you doing Nano this year? I know you got a bunch of other stuff going on. Isa and Josh are doing it, and I'm doing it. I'm working on this other prompt that Josh and I had found. So we're doing that. And our coffee this morning is the Seattle's best breakfast blend, which is my favorite so far. Shoulder is pretty okay at the moment. Good. So I'm hoping you caught it before it had to take you to a chiropractor again, because I know you've got to find all new places up there. It's very good. It's a medium roast. We've tried a couple others. The other one was 6th Avenue?
6th Avenue Bistro, yeah.
Yeah.
Dark roast.
And I actually like this better than because this one's a medium, the other one's a dark. So I actually like this one a lot better. You're not doing... Yeah, I've had a few people that were like, I really want to, but I'm just not into it this year. And I wanted to do it last year and just couldn't get into it. So I will go to the chiropractor, contacted one, and they do acupuncture, massage, etc. Good. Very cool. See if they do Swedish massage. Swedish massage, I can't talk. Swedish massage with the stones, the hot stones. Problem is you'll get addicted to it. But so we're doing friend's house tonight, bonfire night, and I cannot wait. This time of year just screams bonfire to me. Eventually I want to get a house. Swedish massage and Swedish chocolate works for me. We actually had
other Swedish candy.
Sandra in Stockholm sent me a 10-pound box of, no lie, of just candy. Some of it was Finnish, and most of it was Swedish. The chocolate was all Swedish. Really good stuff. I've got it posted on Instagram, I'm pretty sure. Take a look here. Trying to remember the names of some of them.
A lot of the licorice stuff was
Oh, the licorice
finish.
was the licorice.
It was a bit much.
The Finns have a very unusual relationship with salt, and it was just really like I had to spit it out. I could, of course, was Sandra's favorite was the really, really salty licorice. But Finland is the one that generally makes those. They had a Swedish fish type of candy, but Swedish fish is more like Americanized than anything. I know I posted it, didn't I? That's going back too far. Maybe I didn't. I thought I had. I see Tabitha's charcuterie in my feed. Yeah, I guess I didn't post it. Thought I did. Nope. It's probably on Facebook is probably what I'm thinking. But there was 4 or 5 different kinds of chocolate bars. There was 3 kinds of gummies. One was like a low salt gummy. One was a crazy can't eat this one. And I'm usually not a licorice. Yeah, I'm not usually a licorice person. No, it wasn't Cadbury.
Remember. Yeah,
I can't remember the name of the company that makes it, but I will definitely find the post and link it on there. The chocolate was outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Swedish fish candy. No licorice for me. I actually have never been keen on licorice other than the like highly sugared version here in the US. Except I found Stash Tea has a licorice tea, and I really wanted to try it because of what the other stuff is that's in it. And it's outstanding. It's one of my favorites. And of course, they've got all the holiday stuff right now. We did. I ordered some earrings from a friend of mine recently. Courtney. She's actually the one that did this necklace with my little moon and star celestial. But she tucked in a couple of tea bags. It was a twining peppermint that you had, and the other was a decaf pumpkin spice tea. Stash. And it was amazing. They also have
that's it right there.
Yeah, they have a maple apple cider and
on the site.
They have cranberry pomegranate. Okay, I'm gonna have to try that. But the licorice one, I'm a sucker for their tea. I haven't had any of their stuff that's been bad. So the ingredients are licorice root, cinnamon, orange peel, star anise, vanilla extract, sarsaparilla, orange oil, natural cinnamon flavor, clove bud oil, and cardamom oil. And that's one of the reasons why I love Stash so much is it's not just the herbs, but it's all the oils too. So if you want a richer tasting tea, I really recommend Stash. But that licorice one is the bomb. It is so good. And it's very calming. And it has just enough licorice to give it this kind of earthy, sweet kind of taste to it. But with the oils for the clove and the cardamom and the cinnamon and the orange, it's so good. It's one of my new favorites. But yeah, they need to have a referral program because I talk about them all the time. But they have a golden turmeric chai that I really am missing right now that I need to get more of. They've got ginger peach. But their holiday chai was always a good one too, if I remember right. That's cinnamon, allspice, clove, ginger root, gingerbread, Jamaican rum flavor, and nutmeg oil. Okay, no, I haven't had that one.
No.
I might have to try that one. Yeah, I love chai. They have like 5 or 6 different kinds of chai. I was talking to a friend of mine about chai the other day, Andy, and made me want Indian food. We need to go to Masala and get takeout. We haven't had it in a while. And I love their homemade masala chai. So I need to get that. I've got something else new this week that you will like, Tabitha. I found a place to get palm stones, and they are perfect size. And this one's actually kind of flat. This is dark green sardonyx. Zoom in a little bit. I know, right? But it's very, very comforting and very cooling. And it's funny because I let Logan hold it the other night. We were over at his house, or he'd come over here actually. And it stays really cool with me. With him, it gets like burning hot and it stays hot. It's so weird.
Yeah.
But and he was just like, ooh. He doesn't usually do the stones or anything, but
he said it had good energy.
Yeah.
According to his words, anyway.
Yeah. So dark green sardonyx. It is Earth Star Chakra. So it helps ground you when you feel disconnected from your environment and the people around you. But the reason that I had got it was prosperity. And it's also, let me see here. Willpower, mental discipline, encourage motivation, grounding. Basically, if you require mental discipline to focus on task at hand. So that was a big thing for me. It's sardonyx. Yeah, it's sardonyx, but it's dark green sardonyx is what this particular one is. But yeah, I absolutely love this particular one that they sent me. I also got, it was somebody on Etsy, I actually got another one that is a moss agate that's about the same size. And then I have an ocean jasper, which is a little fatter, a little larger. I've got that one back in the other room. But this one just feels good. And it's funny. Jaspers have always resonated with me. They've always been very grounding. Isn't it sardonic? Cute. But it's I have 2 flat jaspers. They're actually beads. They're about this big. He calls them my boob rocks. Because if I'm working on something, I'll tuck them in my bra. And they actually kind of keep me focused. One's green, one's brown. And I got those from Julia a while back. But I've been trying to lay my hands on that. I've got a big bag of raw stone that I got from mining in North Carolina years ago. Probably about a 20-pound bag, and if not more. And I've been wanting to find it so I could take it over and let Julia go through and pick through stuff, because she always lets us go through her beads and everything. But the crystals have been finding homes in and around the plants, And then when we had this last, the Hunter's Moon the other night, I ended up pulling all my crystals out and putting them on the plant shelf out here in the front window and realizing exactly how many crystals I have and knowing that I probably have another half of them in boxes somewhere. I probably have more. But I have all these little jars that have different crystals. I actually separated them by color because some are different hardnesses and I didn't want to clash them together and end up potentially breaking anything. So, but yeah, this is my new favorite. Any more crystals? No, I just every once in a while I'll find something that resonates with me, and a lot of the little ones that I have been gifted to me, or it's stuff that I've had just years ago when I wasn't into crystals and I was into rocks. So I have all these different crystals that I went through and was picking through them and separating them out. But the jaspers, because of their grounding, just has always worked really well. My friend Laura, daughter, work for me. She does that with jars. I love jars. I found some that were these little squat milk jug looking jars with corks in them. And then Issa and I found out that some of the corks from the other ones fit the taller bottles. So she got all excited. So we've been, playing around with those. I need to get like a big bag of corks and see if I can find some for a couple of the other jars that I have. But, and Laura just got engaged recently. I saw that is so cool. Her mom, Teresa, and I are in contact on and off. Teresa has the most lovely Frida dolls right now. Every time this time of year, she always brings them out. But I have some old spice jars. I'm taking anything of note to the bonfires to burn. I have an excess of wooden matches that I was thinking about taking over because I started doing those little matchbox art pieces. And I had to empty out all the matches. So I have like bags of matches and the matches aren't that great. So I'll probably take those over, toss them in the fire and watch them spark. I've got a couple of like herb and wax sachet kind of thing with not essential oils, but it's kind of like an incense bomb. Then you toss them. I know Teresa is a sweetheart. Absolutely love Teresa. I love both of them, but Teresa is just a absolute wonder with her stuff. Pine cones. There was actually pine cone wreaths would be fun. You guys have a bunch of them up there right now this time of year. The pine cone witchy thing I saw recently that is a craft, and it's 4 bonfires. Fire starter pine cones. And you can get color changing ones, but there's a craft. It's wax. You dip the pine cone, and then if you want, you can, and you, let's see, you dip it in wax, let it dry. When it's cool, you dip it again and immediately coat it with salt. Martha Stewart's got a recipe for it, but you can put in different herbs and stuff, and they make really good like intention starters, or I'm trying to remember the wiki to my search here. They have a homemade pine cone and sawdust starters. Do scented oils. So some of them do use the essential oils. But a lot of it is just the wax with herbs mixed in. And you can make fire starters out of them. Need to gather pine cones from the outside. We have so many. Eric suggested I make pine cone wreaths, but we want to burn some at the campfire Saturday night. Yeah, I'll send you the link to the one that I found. It was on one of the witchy sites that I follow. But they had kind of an intention ritual. Old tea. Yeah. Actually, you could. There you go. It's another use for your tea that you strained off from your tea readings. Which, by the way, if you're just tuning in, Tabitha has, I'll get you to post the link to your channel, YouTube channel, or Twitch, actually. Is it Twitch? It's Twitch tonight, right? 6 to 8.
Is it?
I think I've got the alarm set in my phone. We're going to be over at Julia and Sean's, but yes, post the link. No. I'll post the link to the Pinecone project on the Discord, but your Twitch, post a link to your Twitch in here. 6 to 8. Yep. And you are doing tea leaf reading or tarot and tea leaf. I just know it's readings. Well, of course I'm going to support you. Tabitha has the most awesome book that I got to work on. And there's a couple other people that I've worked with in the past that if you search Renmeleon on Amazon, it will bring up all the books that I have done, including this one, which is Tabitha's. Which is a creative divination, read tea leaves and develop your personal code. I got to do the illustrations for that. And then her 2 breaks, 1 breaks is tarot card of the week for everybody. Oh, cool. I actually have a deck out here. I'm going to pull a card here in a second. You pull your... your Twitch up here. So it's 6 to 8 p.m. tonight. And check that out. So I have the John Bauer deck. I think it was the shop that you and I went to. Remember, I got 2 decks. I got the Panda one for Val, and I picked this one up. But I ended up gifting it to Issa, but I love it so much I got my own. So we're going to pull a card. Dun, dun, dun. Just for the day here. I want to start getting back into doing that. I've been doing it, journaling. Is that shop still around? What was the name of that shop? 3 times, and this deck in particular does this to Issa and I both, or it throws cards at us. I actually don't have my Lenormand in front of me. I'm not even sure where I've got it. I actually need to start playing with that more. If I'm not mistaken, this deck in particular is harder to read. We have pulled the Fool for today. This is a fool sits on a grassy patch of land. He enjoys the warm atmosphere and a mid-afternoon snack. A pack rests to his side. Meanings: new beginnings, enjoy the moment, and giving in to what you desire. So this is the John Bauer Tarot. And I have so many decks now. I think I'm going to do a different deck each week. I have a collection going.
Well, I've got the other 2 if you want to borrow those too.
Yeah, Val actually has a couple.
They just sit on my shelf, so
still want to get that
I don't work them all the time or anything. They don't have
You don't have good juju built up.
Well, they don't. I don't use them. They're art for me, and so if
I know the first time you asked me to get you a tarot deck, I was like, what?
I have 2 for the art.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there's that other one that I really want to get you. That's the gold gilt one that the iconography on it's more Russian.
Don't I have one
but
like
no,
that?
it's different.
Oh, okay.
It's a different deck. It's beautiful. They had it over at Sketchel.
Okay.
Is where I saw it the first time. Thought I must be the fool when you laughed. Yeah. Yeah. The shop is Wicked Glass and Wanderlust Designs. They moved to Frankfurt and should still be kicking. Belinda is the owner. Oh, cool. Okay. In it for the art. Yeah. Because I was like, okay, my husband's Catholic. So he's like, you want a what? So I had to get him the Panda deck, of course. And there's actually been a couple of other Panda decks that have come out on Kickstarter that are so cute. But yeah, so the Fool is our card for today. And what I desire most at this point is bonfire and some s'mores. I'm going to happily give into that. And she has a new coffee maker over there that we've been drooling over because it does the one-shot espresso, but you can hit it longer to make more. And it's kind of a Keurig setup, but they have a recycling program for the pod. They have a recycling program, so I don't feel guilty about using something like that because I've been wanting something like a Keurig, but it's, after hearing about all the landfill nightmares with all of it and everything, I was just like, we ended up scrapping the idea. But the one she has a little storage container that it drops the pod when it's done, drops down, and then you can send a bag full of, they pay for postage and everything, and they will recycle those.
Yeah, they're like postage paid envelopes that you just seal up and mail off. Very cool.
What I desire most is 11sies. Hungry again, though I had oatmeal earlier. I have not had breakfast yet. I am probably going to grab a bowl of cereal here in a minute, but I have my coffee for now. In fact, I'm getting low on the coffee. Did you?
There is a little more there, yeah.
Okay.
I can refill it if you want me to.
Hand me the if you would, the stack of wood cards right there behind the cane.
This?
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
If you're able
I'm going to give that to you in pieces.
Yeah,
that's
so I'm working on another deck. It's an Oracle deck. And they're going to be on wood. So eventually I'm going to probably auction off. Yeah, this is some people live on coffee. It was really bad when he was working at Panera because he refused to give them back their money unless I got him like a gift card or something. So he would just drink coffee all day and then eat when he got home. And it was just like, no. So he's made of coffee. But these are wood. So I have the little backings that are going to go on these. So these will actually be little individual pieces of art. And I've been painting on the backgrounds, working on just doing different ephemera pieces. These aren't done yet. But like I have text pasted in on the bottom of that one. A lot of them are just the colors so far. So I haven't finished those. I've been working on them in stages. This one is probably a little more done than any of them. And I need to go to the Peddler Mall again because they have this whole section of just old letters of postcards, all whatever. This is one of them. This is one of them. Because I have another tarot deck that I actually want to do. That one's a much bigger project, but this one is definitely going to be, this one's got, little pieces of art glued in and ephemera, or ephemera, as Nick says. And then like I said, I'm just starting a lot of these. So I have metallic paint on some of them. Peddlers, yeah. Oh my gosh, they had this whole stack of just letters. So I went through and grabbed a bunch of them, and I've run out. Like that one's one of them right there. So I have some that I'm working in layers. So they're going to be different as they go. Also, I'm not assigning any particular card to them. I'm going through intuitively painting, intuitively just grabbing stuff. And then I'm going to go through and pick out the ones that are right for the list, because I already have the list in my head. This one, I'm going to actually end up drawing it on there because I tried something with a sticker, but I don't like the glossy part of it. And I don't think that's going to scan right. That one's going to be my sun card probably. And it's got gold metallic on it.
Which looks a lot more orange.
Yeah.
Not on camera.
Yeah. But a lot of these are, just different color backgrounds and stuff. So I am working on those slowly when the mood hits me. I'm kind of nursing a bruised tailbone right now. We did a get-together, private get-together on Saturday, and there were wooden steps coming out of the winery. And I didn't slip and fall, but my legs were tired, and because we'd walked in gravel on the parking lot earlier to get into the place, and then we were sitting in plastic chairs. So my legs were kind of weak when we left, and I started to, to kind of go back, like my legs were going to go out from underneath me. So I decided to just sit instead of fall. And I sit really hard. I sat down really hard. So I'm kind of like, why is my back? Okay, it's not sciatic. What's bothering me? And then I sat down wrong the other day and was like, oh, I know what that is. Yeah. So I bruised my tailbone. So I'm not sitting on one of those little donut pillows, but but if it was any worse, I would be. Let me see here. Sigil book sounds amazing. The sigil book has been just such a blessing. And I've had a bunch of people reach out to me that I had done 21 books in one day. So I knew that it was probably a bookstore. And then there was 10 copies that ended up on eBay that were like a couple dollars cheaper. Ingram, I still got I'll still get paid the full amount because it was a purchase from them. But if you want it $2 cheaper, it's on eBay. Target has it. Ingram's got it in Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Books A Million, Target, Half Price Books. There was another major company, but the used bookstore and eBay has it. And yeah, it was really cool. Yes, they will be public. I'm so glad. You inspire me all the time, honey. Yeah, I just got to be careful. Honestly, if I was buying author copies and selling them in person, that would be a bigger profit margin. With Ingram, I'm distributed more widely, but I'm only making, especially if it's wholesale, if bookstores buying it, you're only making probably $2.50 a copy, maybe. And it's 90 days to pay out. So my September orders, I had 31, or actually I had 26 for September. I'm up to 31, I think now. So the rest are October, but September's payment isn't going to hit till like the end of December or first part of January. So, I would like to do that. That is something that I'm probably going to be able to start doing. I actually have one, possibly two people signing up at the $60 level starting in November for the Rent-A-Muse, because I've been doing ongoing work with a couple people, and I was like, just sign up on Patreon. I'll lose a couple bucks, but it helps support my community there. So I thought about it last night. I'm like, oh, okay. So that means all my other levels I need, because they get those rewards too. I need to start putting content out for those starting in November. So I have more stuff coming on Patreon. But that will allow me to get the decks, and which the decks are going up on Kickstarter. And I have it in my Patreon for the $15 all hands on deck, that's as they're funded. So I have those decks getting ready to go up. I'm planning November for Stegs and Serato, and then I'm going to have extra unlocks for the other decks. So if I can get those, I've already had a bunch of people ask me about those. Same thing with the Lenormand. Those will be 5,000-6,000 for all the perks, plus the decks. The decks are 4,000 if I get 1,000 copies. So that's not too bad. But same thing with the books. If I can buy a bunch of copies, the biggest thing too is storage. That's what I'm running into with the this little piggy with the board book. This is a totally different animal. So it's going to be that size, which is 5.5. And then I did the little baby mock-up. So this little piggy. And I've got the fabric pattern for that already. Get my focus in here. So that's my Dandelion and Daisy. And so this will be that size when it's done. But this one, because it's a board book, I'm going to have to go traditional publishing, because I don't have the money, even if I fund it, or not the money, but the space for a pallet of books. Because if I order 500 copies of this, it's going to be a pallet at that size, and they're, that thick. So I really need to go traditional publishing with this one. So I'm having to brush up on doing query letters and stuff. So we'll see with this one. But yeah, author copies is usually the way to go. There's not really, unless you get into thousands of books, there's not really a big bulk discount or anything, but their printing is usually, inexpensive enough that you can pick up 10 copies for a show or 20 copies. Or if you're going through Ingram Spark, the bookstore that you do a signing at, which none of the bookstores unfortunately are doing signings, at least not here. It's like, I finally got a book in Barnes and Noble and I can't do a signing because of the pandemic. I was kind of hoping they were going to do the plexiglass thing like I've seen them do at cons, where people are signing, autographing stuff, and they'll feed it in down one end of the table and there's plexiglass between them and the other person. So, but yeah, KDP, I'm not going to be using anything but Ingram Spark going forward. It's not free like Amazon is, but you get distribution that you don't get in Amazon. So yeah, I was just like, I have a book. I can do a book signing. I can do a book signing. No, I can't do a book signing. So, it'll happen eventually. Eventually. I actually have a couple of indie bookstores, that I might check with here locally. And, the one we've done tables at before in Richmond, I could probably get her to order.
Oh, yes. Maybe.
And maybe sign some copies for sale there. But I've had a few people that I didn't even know had bought the book send me messages, and they're like, how do I get you to sign this? Do I have to mail you the book, or do I have to do because I think I did it for you. Do you have the autograph in absentia PDF? I can't remember if we set that up or not. But I have a bunch of people that have asked me to sign the book. So I've started doing the autograph in absentia stickers again. So it has like my little block of whatever. In this case, it's got the moth on it, sigil. And, which that's the other thing I got. Dun, dun, dun. I got my moth made into a rubber stamp. So I've got a clear stamp of the moth that is on the back cover of the book now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's going to be one of my Gumtree ones probably, because we're looking at hopefully launching Gumtree. Issa and I are both talking about it, so it might be under. It's kind of a Two Crows project, but it's not Two Crows. And I have a few of the artists that were interested before, but okay, yeah, I had. I was pretty sure we had done that, but when you can't do book signings or can't be there because they bought it online, that's your best way to go, is to offer that as a little, thank you. And, send out a thank you card. If I know that they've purchased it. Most of the time it doesn't. That's the one thing with Ingram, is I have no idea who bought it. So, I think Amazon with KDP, I think you were able to see who it was mailed out to. You can't with Ingram. So, at least not that I found. So, but yeah, books. And I have, in fact, my stream the other night, I was working on a children's book illustration for my friend Heather. And I sent her the pictures of it because she didn't get a chance to go to the stream because she's in Sophia's troupe. And in fact, Sophia is the one that sent her to me. And so she's doing a children's book for her kids based on the solstice. And so I was playing around with that and doing the illustrations for that. So that will be out hopefully by my birthday. Yep, we're about to sign off here. was going to show you real quick the first of the illustrations that are on the, this is a double page spread. So its orientation is 11 by 8.5. And so that is the first of the illustrations. And that's a 2-page spread.
Mm-hmm.
But I really liked how it came out and the style I'm using. So we're going to finish the book in that style and tweak it. And I'm going to do mix in ephemera and actual hand painted stuff in with the digital. So I'm really having fun with it. And it's going along with how I'm doing Clementine's Garden. I'm working on that too. Thank you. Yeah, Sophia is a dear. We got to see her briefly. So it's been nice. I've been getting to see people in spurts as we're all starting to kind of somewhat emerge from all of this. But yeah, we still have a long way to go, I think. But it's getting better. I'm hopeful. But thanks so much for joining us today. And we look forward to this every week. You know, there's the smile. He's getting, yeah, Tabitha, check it out. He's got like all this white back here. Let's say if you can turn your head. If you can't, that's fine. He's got all this white back here.
Yeah, okay.
Like, you're okay. But we'll be doing my live stream noon on Saturday is the next time we'll be on. And it's going to be on Twitch. And I'm doing a dual stream with a friend of mine who does Minecraft and builds maps in Minecraft. And I'm actually going to teach him how to draw his own map. So it's going to be a map drawing thing on Saturday. And then Twitch, Sunday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., I am doing a spooky Halloween 12-hour live stream benefiting Extra Life, which is to benefit Children's Miracle Network at the Kentucky Children's Hospital. So fundraising goal is $1,500. And we're going to be doing that for 12 hours. I'm going to be playing all sorts of games. We're going to be doing, working on the Twitch story, which is a spooky book, and doing some drawing and working on monster creation, character creation for that. But mostly gaming, probably Phasmophobia. Issa and Josh want me to play Phasmophobia with them. So it won't necessarily be a family-friendly stream. I won't be cussing, probably a lot of jump scares, but we'll see. So I've already got an arsenal of other words to substitute because I know that game freaks me out. But those are the next live streams. And if you're YouTube only, then next Thursday, again at 9 a.m., we'll be here with Coffee with Panda. So love you guys. Stay well, stay safe, take care, and have a blessed week.